Hello, welcome. My name is David Paul. This is the next in a series of recordings that are intended to help you learn to pray and meditate as you play music. So that praying part has a lot to do with the soul intention. In order to bring the soul into your playing, if you're worried about the notes or the chord changes, that can really slow you down. So in this particular approach, we free you up of that concern as soon as we can. Let me play the music that we're going to work with today. And then it repeats. So it's a short 8-measure idea. If you join my email newsletter, you can get this and download it, in addition to a practice recording, which is available free for you if you want to work with this on your own after. So for a beginning musician, we're usually starting with a single note. On piano, very often you start on open C. Line up the fingers. In this song, where your pinky finger is on the note G, you want to put your thumb there. So this would be a song in G. But those first 5 notes can be used. If I pull out my guitar here for a second, just show you those notes on the guitar. Open G, A, B, C, and there's your D. Right? Now, the feeling usually comes from 2 places. You can bring the soul feeling into the main beats, and you can bring the soul feeling into a movement of the notes, creating this illusion of movement. It's kind of like the soul is moving and expressing, and then the music is like shadowing what that feeling is. So you want to be fluent with that. So on the website, you can grab an online course where you repeat enough songs with this idea that I'm sharing today that it becomes your foundation. And your aim is to free yourself up as quickly as you can for the feeling. So in this song, slower notes work just fine. Right? And then triplets, they work real nicely too. So the triplet feeling gives you almost like this feeling of rolling in a circle, and it has this illusion of movement. And I brought this in today because once you're comfortable, it's an easy way to get going on getting the feeling into your playing. So let's do the guitar with the piano part here. I'll show you. So it can be a simple scale. And as you advance in your playing, you can start to expand how many notes you play, how complicated it sounds. Last week, what I did with the piano is I showed people a way of building their own harmonies by taking a chord like that, and if you were to take the 2 top notes and go up 1, you move them up. Just by this idea of up 1 or down 1, up 2, down 2, you can start building harmonic progressions that are very pleasing, and then you turn your attention to adding on top. So it's a way of getting off the ground with it. The last thing I'd like to mention today is something for those of you who are a little more experienced. Very early on, when you're starting to make up melody lines on top of existing harmonies, you start to understand that the note in the bass is very important. And when the chords change, the note of your melody and the note of the bass, those are the dominating things. And a very simple thing to do is to, if there's this note in the bass, you play the third or the 10th. That sounds really, really nice. It really sounds really nice. And in this song, I have the bass note be the G for 2 measures. Then it goes to the F sharp for 2 measures. It goes to the E for 2 measures. And then it goes to the D for 2 measures. And that's a very common pattern. Then it starts over. And when you understand the movement of the bass, you can bring in the melody notes to make them match and sound good. Now, people do this all day long, but if you've never done it before, it's a little bit tricky. All right, let me see if I can. Sure, I'll blow out the. Okay, all right. So let me see if I can give you an idea of how that would work. So, on purpose, I'm making it simple so that the notes fit and I can turn my attention to the feeling, right? So, one of the ways to approach this is to have the harmony move in a very predictable way. And even if you're brand new to music, if you have a small section of music that repeats often enough, you will start to learn and anticipate where those chords go, even if you don't necessarily call them out, right, by their names or know their letters. You pick it up by instinct, and in many regards, that's the best of all possible worlds. So one of the more advanced uses of this particular approach to playing, I'll get together with a pianist, I'll play violin, and the pianist starts to play. They don't play according to a chord chart, they just play. And then I just play. And where they are leading the harmony, I listen and I follow, and we develop a rapport, and then the music comes out as a conversation. It's a wonderful way to play. And it can be sometimes really surprising what comes out of it. So I want to let you know that I really appreciate you stopping in today. For more information about the lessons, you can go to theschoolforcreativemusic.com. It's all one word. There's a recorded course, and then there are live weekly classes, and then you can also take private lessons. Look forward to seeing you next time.